one.
Hey everyone, so today's Bible story is Jesus is the light of the world. It's John 8:12, which is, Jesus says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but have the light of life. And so we're gonna do another try it. So I'll do something in large group and then they'll be able to try it in the small groups. So you'll have a plate. The plate just represents like the world, we're all in the world. We'll have a penny that represents us. Now you're gonna put your penny on the plate. Don't get it real far out, but you don't want it right in the middle either. So you kind of need it towards the edge, but you kind of want it towards the center of the edge, if that makes sense. And then you're gonna show them the water and just talk about, so we're gonna pour the water on the plate, point out how it's clear, right? And we're gonna pour that water on the plate and we're gonna let it, my table's a little tilted. We're gonna let it get so that it is around the penny, so that the penny is in the water. But you don't want a ton of water on there. You want as little as possible on your plate because it can only suck up so much. So don't get too much, but get the penny covered. Then you're gonna let them go around and just talk about how we all sin. And we all do wrong things. We don't necessarily want to, but we do. So you're just gonna let each kid kind of drop probably just a drop each kid. So let them drop a drop of water in there. Make sure that you use all the colors because you want it to be black, basically. So they're going through and they get to each drop a drop and then you'll probably need to mix it up. And then we've got some pretty black looking water there and that represents sin. And like I said, we all have sin in our lives. And so that's our sin. Sin is dark and it's stuff that we can't get rid of ourselves. Now that penny, it can't get itself out of that sin, right? But we know that Jesus is the light of the world. He came and he took away, because in the verse he's talking about who will never not walk in darkness. He's talking about sin. The sin is the darkness he's talking about. And so he came to save us from that darkness, from that sin. And so you're going to light the candle. You're going to say, this is Jesus, and Jesus was the light of the world. And so let your candle burn for a second so it doesn't go out immediately. And just talk about how Jesus was the light of the world. He came to save us. And then you've got this glass. So you're going to say this glass is kind of like the cross. Jesus came down to earth. He died on the cross to save us. And that's the only thing that could save us from our sin. And so then you can take and you're just going to place your glass over the top and it's going to start sucking up all that stuff into the cup itself. And then you can even talk about, hey, the light went out. Jesus' light went out when he died on the cross for us, but it didn't stay out. So make sure you talk about, hey, so his light went out. He died for us to take that sin away from us, but he didn't stay that way. So make sure you point out that Jesus didn't stay dead. He rose again. He's up in heaven waiting for us. And because of what he did for us, we have eternal life. So his light didn't stay out. He is alive and well in heaven, and he is waiting there for when we join him. So just have a good discussion about that. If you have a little bit of extra time, you'll just have you'll have some either a poster board or questions on the wall, and you'll do 2 teams, and then you'll have a flashlight. And so each team gets to just take turns. And so the first team to go, they get their flashlight, and they're gonna highlight a thing, and it says, why were the religious leaders not happy with Jesus? So that's their question. They get 30 seconds as a team to discuss their answer. And then if they get the answer right, they get a point. If not, the other team can steal and get a point for the answer. And then you'll just go on until you've done all the discussion questions. Just do each one once, and then just have a good discussion about, all the Bible story and just all the stuff that Jesus did and how he's the light of the world. And so that way we can reflect his light to others. So thanks for all you do.